Hey, what is up, guys? Robert here, bringing you another video for Friday, November 21st, 2025. So let's get started. Hey, before I begin, I appreciate you guys tuning into this video. I just want you to know, help me out with my goal, 100 subscribers by the end of the year. I know you guys can do it because you guys are awesome. So definitely comment on this video, like, share, subscribe, turn on your notifications. Do not miss a Robert's Roundup weekly. And let's keep pushing this video. So today's big story talks about Expedition 33 just blown out of the water with nominations at the Game Awards. Expedition 33 received 12 nominations, which is fantastic for this game. If you have not played it, it is probably, I would say, Game of the Year because it was nominated for Game of the Year. But that's most people's Game of the Year. But 12 awards for this game. Now, if you remember, if you haven't played this game, it's supposed to be inspired by old school like Final Fantasy turn-based RPG games, things like that. And the graphics, great. The music was phenomenal. And it's just exciting to see that Expedition 33, such a small indie studio from Sandfall, to create a game like this and be able to not be nominated for that. It just goes to show, like, you can be a smaller studio, make a great game, and still be able to, have success and get nominated. So that's awesome for them. I thought that was a fantastic story to be able to go through. Also, though, not only was Expedition 33 nominated, Final Fantasy Tactics was nominated as well as we had some Sony games, like Death Stranding 2 was nominated. So it's good news to see hype for, PlayStation games and JRPGs getting nominated for awards. Hopefully we get to see more of that. So I'm excited about it, excited to bring it to you guys. What are your thoughts? Are you excited that Expedition 33 has nominated for the most awards and are breaking records, guys? Going into the next story, each month we hear about PlayStation Plus titles leaving. Well, unfortunately, the last two PSVR 2 titles are leaving the network next month, and those two titles are Arcade Paradise VR and Star Wars Tales from the Galaxy's Edge Enhanced Edition. So these are going to be leaving the service December 2025, and that leaves no more VR games on the PS5. So I don't know what your guys' thoughts on that. I have the PSVR, and it's kind of a console for me that I've tried it. I have to change up the settings on it because it makes me sick, but I tried it. I haven't got into it as much. I got that Horizon bundle, so being able to get that game, plus being able to try it out, and I downloaded a demo of it, but it made me sick. It wasn't something that like captured me to be able to say, hey, you know what, let's go and keep playing this and trying to get the platinums for those games and stuff like that. But what are your thoughts? Like, do you think that Sony has failed with the VR, or do they just need to be able to rebrand it? Because, like, the way I think about it is this PSVR 2 was not able to be used as backwards compatibility. So, of course, a lot of the fans who like the VR, who had the old school one, the PSVR 1, could not use those games to be able to play the PSVR 2. So I think right off the bat, that's where, like, Sony's setting themselves up to be able to say, well, like, you got to buy this whole new one, but nothing was backwards compatible. And then now they have the second one, and there wasn't really, like, I would say the Horizon game, but then that was pretty much it. Everything else, there wasn't like enough games on there that would get VR, get you excited to play VR. And that's another thing too, like VR as a market what are your guys' thoughts on that? I haven't seen somebody saying like, here's the best VR game ever made, or here's the best VR game that you guys could be able to play, and like stuff like that, because I don't hear VR as a market that's like really popular out there that people are like willing to play. I think a lot of the accessories that we get on PS5 for the VR, I mean, they haven't even really pushed VR too much in their main game. So, you know, imagine playing like a God of War or Astro Bot using your VR set. So maybe I'll do a VR review one day, but yeah, VR, no longer seeing that game. The last two games leaving the network, and who knows what the future of VR is going to be like. Maybe it's just they're going to get new ones next year. We don't know, but future of VR doesn't look good right now. So, Sony Boss Yoshida was talking about that AI is being used in a lot of aspects of developing gaming. He's saying that smaller indie projects, companies, and you know the larger companies creating games, they're starting to use a lot more AI. And when you go to kind of see the way that they're using it, it's helping to, you know, be able to find bugs and be able to create a world and things like that. You know, he goes on to say that they're using artificial intelligence behind the scenes, but he'd like to see the technology utilized more creatively in the final release. He points to that, you know, you can have more of like dialogue, being able to kind of build that dialogue a little bit better, so you can have like your AI in the game, better conversations and things like that, and being able to develop things. I actually want to see AI kind of like when you're developing the game, to be able to help you fix the game. And you know, when a game comes out day one, be able to have that game not broken, and you don't have to throw out so many patches there, and it ends up being a game that, you know, you can say, oh, you know what, I like, your game's complete. And I think you could use AI to complete that. It doesn't need to necessarily AI like to run your whole development process, but even can run the code and say, are there any bugs in here, so I can have a complete product on day one. I think AI will get popular. We're starting to see this with a lot of layoffs that you see in these studios. So I do think AI is going to start getting more popular, but I think it's going to be slowly having to be developed, because I think a lot of companies are going to try to figure out, one, they're going to try to build their own AI, so they're going to spend a lot of money in that direction, but they also got to figure out how they want to use AI to be able to develop games. So not only do I think AI is good in some aspects, I think also it's going to be a longer process. So we'll probably won't see more developed AI games for probably another 10 more years, is what I'm guessing, because you have to develop the process and be able to know what you're looking for while you're building your game. So I think AI is going to be slowly integrated as the whole new game development going forward. So the next story is, do you guys use your PS5 background widgets? Now, you have a background widget that you can be able to put kind of like your wallpaper, or even have your stats. They developed a new widget to have kind of a seasonal background. So as you can see in the video here, I did a little bit of like I guess I would say a fall background, you could see, but also they have stats for the game you were recently playing. You can see your stats there. Also have your friends. You can have your friends on your friends list, see whether or not what their activity was, what they played, if they platinumed anything. I even put on there the life of my controller, because I like to see whether or not I need to charge it without hitting the PlayStation button. I don't know why, but just something fun for me. And you know, you can put your news and your trophies. So they added new widget backgrounds, and kind of not the same as what we saw with the PS4, but I guess, you know, we're getting there. My current widget is Wild Arms 2. So I think it's the trophy for the end of the world. But yeah, what are you guys' thoughts on having backgrounds and widgets and stuff like that? Do you guys like to update? Do you guys care, to update? But I think it's cool. I like to do that. You see sometimes when I make my videos, you see my PS4 background of Final Fantasy 4 because I love the widgets. I love the backgrounds to be able to, like, for me, it's cool that, like, you're playing a game and I'm playing the game using that background. So it's one of those that I can be like, yeah, you know what? I'm playing like Yakuza 7 right now. Yeah, I got a background for Yakuza 7. And, this is like encouraging me to continue. The background looks pretty awesome. And so that's how it's always been for me. I don't know about you guys. I'm a little crazy when it comes to those things. It makes it fun, but yeah, so they updated our backgrounds and our widgets. And remember though, you can, if you have pictures that you save for your background, for trophies or things like that, that you guys like, you can use that as your background as well. So definitely do something like that. I think it's a fun upgrade that they did, new update. We can always use that, make it more fun, more customizable for your PS5. The last news of the day is one that is kind of dividing the JRPG fans right now. Tales of Bersaria Remastered coming out February of next year. And from what I've read, fans are kind of split on this decision now. We know that Bandai Namco is coming with the kind of the Tales project, started to release old games from their back catalog remaster. We saw that with Zillia, Tales of Graces F, Tales of Symphonia. So we started seeing these games being re-released, and unfortunately they did Bersaria, which broke the internet of JRPG fans who love Tales games. Now for me, I'm excited about it because I haven't played Bersaria. I have it in my collection. I've been trying to go through all the Tales games. This year I recently finished Tales of Graces F, but I'm excited to be able to play this game, even remastered on the PS5. I think probably my biggest downfall would be is if they do not have a physical copy, then I can't add it to my collection. But I kind of see the frustration from fans because a lot of people have their PS4 version, and then they're saying, well, I could take the PS4 version, play it upgraded on the PS5, and then there we go. But I think also the Bersaria was released because you can play it on every console currently out right now. And when that game first came out, it was just on, I believe it was just on PS3 and PS4 and PC. So you couldn't play on Xbox or the Nintendo Switch, which, I like playing RPG games on the Nintendo Switch, so I think it's awesome. But Tales of Bersaria is a game I've been wanting to try, so I'm excited for it. As a JRPG fan, I'm always excited to be able to get the newest, being able to play like the newest Tales game or a franchise like, outside of Final Fantasy that I can be able to play that remastered that I have in my collection, but I haven't got around to it just, because there's not enough time in the day to be able to game anymore. But but with that, so it's awesome. I'm excited about it. I know some fans aren't, but hey, we're getting a new Tales game soon. We could be able to play it remastered, and apparently this one comes with all the DLC, so that's what they've been doing. So I mean, it's a good deal if you like to get all the DLCs, I guess. Maybe I can convince you like that to be able to get it if you're a big Tales fan and JRPG fan. Buy the digital deluxe edition, you get the soundtrack. But try this game out. I'm gonna try it. Hopefully I can pass Yakuza hopefully this month, and then I can be able to play next game. But yeah, so fans are divided on this game. I'm excited for it, so I can't wait. And that's this week's stories. Thank you guys so much for watching. Just want to go over my last week's video, my 5 DualSense controllers, and my box opening of the Ghost of Yotai controller. Now, I kind of showed you off my my top 5 favorite ones that I recently picked up. And then, you know, the box opening of Ghost of Yotai, because I do need a new controller. So I thought it would be a perfect opportunity to share with you guys what it looks like, new controllers, opening it up there. As well as I am in a weekly podcast with Dark Knight 316 called the Roundtable Podcast, where we go over the, you know, gaming news topics, the whatever's hot, whatever we're talking about, exactly how it should be. Gaming news, exactly how it should be. So thank you guys so much for watching. God bless you guys, and remember, keep gaming. Thanks, guys.